Hello, ladies and gentlemen. It's your boy Jess. Welcome back to another Madden 18 video. Today we are going to go on ahead and just talk about one of the biggest mistakes I've made this year in the budget squad series. Well, I made two huge mistakes. One of them was stopping doing it because I was so heavily invested in Sean Taylor. And I knew if I wanted to go on ahead and play 2 hours worth of solos, it had to be on the other account for Sean Taylor. And I stopped doing things over here. And, when I returned to it, there was a huge, huge gap. I had to build and make up so much ground getting my team to be able to win a game. Right? Because I had an 84 overall team. And teams, instead of me, when I had an 85 overall team, I was facing 88s and 89s, and it was winnable. Then when I came back, everybody was now a 94, and that was very, very difficult. So I got it to a point where now I'm a 91 and teams are 95s, 96s, and it's winnable. As long as I do what I need to do, it's winnable. But it took a long time to make that ground up. Second mistake was doing the ultimate free set for Calvin Johnson. Big mistake. I thought I was going to have those players for a while, and turns out the only one that I kept, because I sold Calvin Johnson to buy 2 offensive linemen, the only one that I really kept is Clinton Dix, because Terrell Suggs is very slow and pretty much unusable outside of a D-line, and I'm probably going to replace him at some point on the D-line. Adrian Peterson fumbles way too much, and he doesn't even see the ball anymore. Mariota is amazing. I will say that. Mariota is very, very, very good. He's amazing. Outside of him, and Clinton Dix does pretty well too. But, outside of those two, it was a big mistake. I could have just bought Clinton Dix and bought Mariota and kept those guys and not have to buy the other 2 guys that went into the set. At this point in time, teams are very, very, very good. And at this point, we just want to have fun. So we're going to make a big executive decision here and get a card that is not an upgrade. It's actually a downgrade, technically. But damn it, it's going to make me feel good inside. It's going to make me feel wholesome. And it's going to make me feel back at home. So we are going to go on ahead, and we're going to go to quarterback. We're going to go to 93 overall. And we're getting Vic. That's right. We are getting Michael Jeremiah Vick. Oh, he's coming home, baby. Mike Vick is coming home. Give me that 92 speed. No, I'm not going with Vic. Not going with Vic. But there is somebody that I do have in mind that we want to go with. And it's Jimmy the Goat Garoppolo. It's Jimmy the Goat Garoppolo. 56K. Let me have him. Welcome home, Jimmy Goat. Now, when we take a look and compare him to 93 Mariota, we will see that he loses a ton of speed at 13 speed, loses his throw deep, but his short, medium, and throw power are slightly more. And damn it, I love me some Garoppolo. So we're going to go on ahead and put him back at QB. We only got rid of his Team of the Week version because we did the set and we got 93 Mariota, but we're just going to go on ahead and remove Mariota and go with Jimmy Garoppolo. Now we have 130 some odd coins because we sold. We end up selling DeMarco Murray for just under 200K. So that's where those coins came from. We picked up Bettis for like 50K or something like that. And really the only thing that I can think of that will be good for us. I mean, excluded because again, at this point, the team that we have now, all of the people that we need are really, really super expensive. Like in order for me to upgrade, these guys here, they're gonna have to be 200K linemen. Like that's just way too much. And in order for me to upgrade these guys here, they're gonna be really, really expensive. The only thing I can upgrade, really, I'm thinking Reddick is a user. I love Deion Jones. I still love Haley, but I gotta figure something out with this Terrell Suggs. And maybe I'll even put Hendricks. Hendricks hasn't been doing too much either, even though his attributes are godlike. And I mean godlike as a defensive lineman. He just doesn't do anything. And that's, I've had more success. Now, I have switched to a 3-4, which changes things. Because when I run a 4-3, it's definitely a little easier to have success because you deal with, a little less double teams. And when you run a 3-4, you're pretty much committing to getting pressure from your linebackers. Where in a 4-3, you get some pretty decent pressure from your defensive linemen. So I'm sure if I went to a 4-3, my pressure would be better. But still, even in a 3-4, no matter what I did, Reggie White was just always, creating havoc for me. But what I do know is I don't want to put him at linebacker because Haley's there, and Haley is just too good. Suggs definitely doesn't really do too much of anything. Mean Joe Green's a monster. He sheds for me all the time. I'm thinking maybe save up for a pretty good defensive lineman. Not really sure who. I know Bruce Smith is like 240K or something like that. Well, I had him on the Lizard Squadron, and he didn't do too much. He really didn't. I was actually underwhelmed with his performance, but I'm actually not too far off of getting him. His attributes just look amazing. You take a look. I mean, wow. He's got great block shed, power move, finesse move is really high. His strength, if he gets the Ultimate Legend card, he is going to be like stacked because his strength is going to be like 96. We're looking at, stock 91, 92 block shed, power move at like 96, 97 with the finesse move of 95. Like he is going to be godly. Maybe I'll save up for Bruce Smith. He's pretty much the only person I can think of that just looks like a better card than Terrell Suggs on a D-line. Jason Taylor is 90K. Wow. Jason Taylor's 90K. He's got a ton of speed, decent strength. Maybe we go Jason Taylor. That's only 90K. Richard Dent. Ooh, man, I remember at Richard Dent. Richard Dent was a monster. I definitely remember this Richard Dent being an absolute monster. Maybe we go Richard Dent. What is the price of that Trevor Smith? I never got to try him. He's a little bit more. Just a little bit more than Bruce Smith. This card looks really good too. In order for me to save up that amount, there's nobody I can sell for me to get up there with, that much because, I can't sell Mariota, I can't sell Suggs, I can't sell any of these players, so it doesn't help me with coins. I could put them in an elite token set, but then, token sets are down to about 35K or something like that. They're not even going for too much what they used to. They're not going for like 50K or anything like that. We would pretty much have to wait for like flashbacks to come out for that price to rise, or some type of set that needs them, that makes people interested in them again. Let's see, token exchange, flashback. When does this expire? Does it say? It doesn't give it an expiration. So this might be, we might be done with flashbacks for the remainder of the year. I don't know. Give me some opinions on who we should go with. I do believe going back with Jimmy Garoppolo is just going to make it a little bit more fun for me. Going back with Jimmy G, and going back with Jerome Bettis, I think we're just going to have a little bit more fun. And the team is very, very, very good. Where it stands. Again, the only thing I can think of replacing is, if we were to replace both DNs, then I would have to get rid of Haley, put Hendricks there, and Hendricks I'm sure would do very, very, very good there. But Haley is just an absolute monster, so it makes sense to just keep him there, and then Hendricks as a D lineman. But I tried it out, and it just didn't do what I thought it would. So at some point, I'm probably just gonna have to part ways with Haley. As good as he is, Hendricks is definitely the better card. So I'll probably end up selling Haley, bringing Hendricks to left outside linebacker, and still having monstrous linebackers. Having Hendricks and LT on the outsides is just monstrous. And then maybe going ahead and get 2 new defensive linemen and go from there and see how that works out, because the defensive line that we tried just doesn't really do too much how I thought it would. But just give me some suggestions, man, and we'll figure something out. Obviously we need coins, which would help, but we'll figure something out. It's your boy GS, man. We're gonna go on ahead and be signing out, man. Jimmy G is taking over the team from here on out until he gets a new card. It's your boy GS. We're going to go on ahead and be signing out. Hopefully you guys are looking forward to seeing Jimmy G back at the helm. Peace! Give it to me, baby!